Ciao, my name is Pallas Kunaiyi-Akpanah, and this is The Box. Come on.
I'll be talking to myself.
The first item I would like to present is my cat. Her name is Siren, and she is 1 year old in March. I felt sometimes it would help me to have some company at home. The life of a professional overseas basketball player is different because we don't have much of our family around, but I felt like a piece of my family would be having a pet. So I got her, and she's a Sphinx breed. They come hairless, but she's very cuddly and very affectionate, and it's definitely been helpful for me this season. She's good, she's calm. The next item is a photo of my family. I'm the firstborn of 4 kids. I was born in Nigeria, and we all grew up in a loving home. I think I'm the only one that decided to go the sports route, but I'm very proud of my siblings for they've all been able to accomplish different things and chosen different paths. And I think the best part for being an overseas player is I'm able to bring my family out here. Like I'll show you a picture. Last year, my parents and my brother were able to come visit me in Faenza. We marked their first experience in Europe, so very happy with the opportunity. I say the best thing about Italy is the community. The people are friendly, and we were able to find different ways to spend our time. So here we are in Bologna. My father, my mother, and my youngest brother, and we went to a hat shop. My father loves hats, and he wanted to get an Italian hat, so we went to get one. And then here we're on a boat, a catamaran in Venice. My mom and my brother. That was a lovely day because this was the first time we've experienced the catamaran. So I was happy to have my mother and my brother with me. This is my mom, she's dancing on the on the catamaran. So this is the ambassador of Nigeria in Rome, and my mother, my brother, and myself. He was very welcoming and showed us around Rome. We went to see different buildings, and it was a beautiful time. The next thing I have to show is, well, this is 2 things, but they signify the same experience, my experience with the national team. This is our gold medal from AfroBasket. We won it in summer of last year in Rwanda. And this is the pin I got from Tokyo in 2021. My biggest childhood dream was to play for my country. Having the opportunity to play for Nigeria just makes me feel very honored and blessed. I feel like I have a huge responsibility, and I'm happy to have that experience. So now we have to prepare for our next competition, the Olympic qualifiers in Belgium, and then we try to see if the Paris 2024, we're going to try our best to go out there and compete for Nigeria. Because of the COVID, it was still that period where everything was pretty much closed off and people couldn't really come to see us play or watch us play. I think we had to just find community within ourselves as a team, encourage each other, and make sure that we know why we're there. It was a great experience. Tokyo culture, the Japanese culture, honestly, was very different from anything I've experienced. People are polite, people are respectful, and I think it was a great place to have an Olympic Games. There was a little competition that was going on in Tokyo where you take a pin like this and you give it to another country and they give you their pin. So whoever had the most pins at the end won a prize. This was my pin. I didn't give it to anybody, but I didn't win the prize, no. My Northwestern cap. Northwestern is a huge part of my identity. The community, we still, till this day, I talk to my teammates from there, I talk to the coaches. I did 4 years of school, finished, and left with a great degree from a really prestigious college. And yeah, I owe a lot of who I am today to those 4 years I spent at Northwestern. NCAA basketball is very competitive. Our conference was the Big Ten, which is part of the Power 5 conferences in the NCAA. I was put in a role where I had to bring energy, I had to bring my rebounding, I had to bring my athleticism. I was fortunate to be coached by Joe McEwen, who till this day, he's known as one of the top coaches in the NCAA.
Akpanah, power dribble, up, off glass, it goes!
The last object for today is my journal. As you can see, it's very old, and I've had this for about 3 years now. I write my thoughts and my goals, my ambitions. I think one of the most important things for me is being able to manifest what you want out of life. I wrote it down and I said, I want to be a professional basketball player. I want to represent my country in the Olympics. I wrote all of that down years ago, and it happened. Having the faith that if you believe something is going to happen and you work towards it, it's possible. When I first started it, I would say that I didn't really expect anything to happen, but once I was able to consistently write down my thoughts and express myself in my notes, I felt a lot of pressure was lifted from me. I come from a very religious family. We go to church, and I think a lot of the things that I've been able to accomplish today is because of just having faith and knowing that if I put it down, if I pray about it, it'll happen. Pallas is actually a Greek name.
Oh, okay.
It means goddess of wisdom. Is Pallas Athena.
You say you're a very wise person.
I can be sometimes.
Okay,
sometimes
okay.
I can. Wow, this video was done in Nigeria on the basketball court. I was interviewed by one of my friends. She has a YouTube channel. She interviews athletes, and Pallas meaning is just the meaning of my name is a Greek name. And my father actually named all of us after Greek figures, and Pallas is Pallas Athena, and that was the Greek goddess of wisdom and war. I would say I identify more with the war part, like always wanting to fight and have that energy, but wise, I would say sometimes, not all the time, maybe 60%.
Thank you, Pallas.
Oh,
Let me start over.
when did they do
I
this?
just want to say thank you, Pallas, for everything and the effort that you give to this team on and off the court. I also thank you for anytime I ask you if you want to go out to eat or whatever, you're always down to go. That truly means a lot, and I love you.
Ciao Pal, volevo ringraziarti per tutti i momenti felici e spensierati che ci regali. Un grande abbraccio.
Aww. Wow, I didn't expect this. To Q and to Steph, thank you so much for your kind words. It's true, the group, we are a very close group. Off the court, you know, we get along, we go out together, we have fun, we spend time together. And then on the court, we have a good dynamic with each player has their strengths, and everybody brings their strengths to the table. You know, I think they see me as an energy player, and I'm grateful for that, but I think all of us have energy. Everybody brings something. You know, Martina brings her defense, Steffi brings her leadership and her defense as well, and her playmaking. We have Q, she's a huge energy player. You know, I can go on, the list goes on. Nina Dedic, Mima Mistinova. You know, I'm grateful to be part of this group. I think the more the season goes on, we continue to grow together, and we'll have some good results. I have played a bunch of sports before really basketball. I always knew I was athletic, so my parents put me in tennis for a little bit. I did track and field and secondary school. Found my way into basketball because people kept saying I was tall, so I should try it out. And got into it. I wasn't really good at first. I didn't have any formal training or anything like that. I was really grateful to my parents putting me in tennis at a young age. So that was the first time I played sports. I was about 6 years old playing tennis. And I wanted to be the next Serena Williams, you know, but you know, I think my father especially, he was really a sports fan. The city I was born, we had a coach, and when we moved, we decided to switch sports because we would no longer have that coach. Started playing basketball, I also did track, I did volleyball, and eventually you realize that The movements in all these sports are similar. With the tennis, it's the side-to-side movements, volleyball, the jumping, track, the running. So I think it was really good that I was able to play a lot of sports as a child. Where I come from in Nigeria, the idea of girls pursuing their sports beyond the playground isn't popular. I am a lucky one thanks to my parents and Mobolaji Akiyode, an Olympic basketball player. They are the reason why I'm here at Northwestern. They paved the way for me, but I want every girl back home to know that no matter what their talents are, sports or otherwise, never give up on them because they could lead you to places you could have never imagined. When I was 15, I went to the States and went to high school and played basketball. However, when I was 14, I was fortunate enough to meet a young lady by the name of Mobolaji Akiyode, who was at the time running a program called Hope for Girls. In Nigeria, she would come back and do these camps and train young girls between the ages of 12 and I think 18, basketball skills, and try and help them go abroad. So I was one of the girls that she met with, and she thought I had potential, and she was the one who helped me essentially make that transition to America.
The convener, Pallas Kunaiyi-Akpanah, who was obviously impressed with the abundance of talent on display, called for both international and local partnerships to help grassroots female players in Nigeria.
We have something here that we can build on. I want to make sure that people don't have to travel out to be successful in basketball, so I think they can do it right here. The more we can collaborate as international players to build something here, I think we will be very successful in the future. 2019, I came back from my first experience in Italy as a professional basketball player, and I really wanted to do something for the girls and the kids in Nigeria and see if there was a way I could impact and give back to my home country, and started the foundation. We've done 3 years now. We do camps, we do tournaments. We're looking to the future now, what we're going to do next, but I think it's been an amazing experience, and everyone who's been involved has had an impact and has helped us continue to grow. I used to look up to Russell Westbrook. I still look up to him. Russell Westbrook, I was a huge fan of, and I still am a huge fan of, as well as Hakeem Olajuwon. When I was in college, I would watch highlights of him for hours, just trying to understand the footwork, trying to understand the defensive energy, and those two players, I think, really shaped how I comport myself on the court today. You want to see it right now?
Yes, please.
I don't know, I'm not warm.
When you read that?
Well, I mean, I don't know yet. It's definitely been a personal, goal of mine to have that ability, but we never know. It's always depends on the opportunity and the situation.
Pallas recupera il pallone, spinge in contropiede, quasi l'ha fatta, va a schiacciare.
Not my Halloween photo.
Steph sent us his
Steffi, no! Halloween is my favorite holiday, and I've always loved dressing up for it. I think it's just a fun holiday. You laugh, you scare people if you can, and you eat candy. What's better than candy and costumes? That day was very funny, actually. I dressed up in the morning, and we had practice. And as I was walking out, we live right next to a school. So the kids were leaving from school, and I was walking to my car, and I had my fake knife and my blood and my mask, and they were all looking at, oh Dio, and I was like, it's just a costume, guys, don't worry. So yeah, this is Vigorano, my first year as a overseas basketball player. This year was interesting because we were actually doing really well as a team, and then COVID happened halfway and we couldn't finish the season. So I have good memories of Vigorano. I wish we would have been able to finish the season and see how everything would have ended, but my teammates were amazing. I remember Beatrice Atura, Sarah Buchetti, still talk to her till this day. I'm actually, her younger sister is on their team right now in Campo.
And we had to play insieme. The team is bravissime. I love everybody on the team and the coach, and they're all so dedicated to what they do. I'm really happy to be here. Grazie mille.
I was just 1 year finished from college at Northwestern, and I had the same work ethic, trying to do extra work to be my best self for the team and to be able to contribute. At the time, I remember coaches would always tell me, you know, you're working out too much, you're doing too much exercise, you're doing too much practice. And I understand now that, you know, there's a happy balance. If you have that motivation to achieve something, you have to push yourself, but there is a point where it's too much. So after my year in Vigorano, I decided to go to Belgium and play in the Euro Cup team. I think it was a good experience. You know, Belgium is very different from Italy in terms of just the sense of the culture and the traditions. I enjoyed my time in Belgium. I had a great team, great teammates, great coaches. Yeah, I thought it was a good year for me and for my growth and development in my career. My return to Italy, I think this was our first game, opening day. I definitely like to add something to my game every season. I think that's the way to improve. Find one thing and work on it and try to add it to your repertoire. In Vigorano, definitely more of a rebounding specialist. Faenza, I was able to add more offense to my game. So definitely 2 years in Faenza. It was a beautiful city, lovely team. You know, Mario Fermi was a great president, and still talk to him till this day. This double-double, I was flattered and honored to have this title. It means a lot because it shows that they appreciate what it takes. And this league is a lot of big girls, a lot of strong players, and just I think I have to give credit to the coaches that I had in my career. People have pushed me to find something I'm good at and work hard to be better. This picture, I think my first year with the national team, and these group of girls, I'll never forget. You know, they welcomed me and very accepting and with open arms. I can go down the list, but each player here, you know, has had an impact on me and has made me better. You know, we have Sarah here, who is squatting with a red headband, Promise, right above her, and Sarah Ifi Bekwe, who actually is now working as a FIBA announcer. We have Atonye, Vicky, Aisha. We have Ezine, who is actually in Roma right now playing. We have Morja, who plays in Spain. Elo also, Elo with the ball, with the blonde hair. So yeah, this is an amazing group of girls. I really enjoyed my year. I enjoyed my time with them, and I mean, all of these girls are amazing people, amazing players. One I would say stands out the most is Adora. She was the captain. You know, was a huge mentor for me. She has a great temperament, and she's a great leader. She sometimes, honestly, when I look at Stefania, I kind of see the same leadership. So this was a huge moment for Nigerian basketball. This is the fourth Afro-basket that Nigeria has won in a row, and it was a historical moment. As you see, we're all so excited, so happy, because you know, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that we were able to secure that trophy and make the country proud.
Freedom and love, what he's looking for, want more and more, people just want more and more. Freedom and love, what he's looking for, freed from desire.
I would say, you know, this is a very different team from Faenza and Vigorano, Namir. Campobasso is a lovely city. Coming here, I was a little nervous because I didn't know what to expect, but when I arrived, I was met with a very welcoming atmosphere. There's a sense of community here, and I'm happy to be a part of the community in Campobasso and Molise culture. The team, the girls, everybody, like I said, we get along. We have different personalities, but we're able to get along, and we spend time with each other off the court, so that helps with our on-court chemistry. And I'm really excited, you know, for the future of the team and to see how we progress.